In this video, I want to give you the strategy to successfully launching your book.
This video is brought to you by EpiPies Academy.
And ideally, you would start the strategies here about 15 to 60 days before you launch, depending on how big of a bang you want to get out of your launch and how much potential you want the book to reach. And really, if it's a little book and you didn't even spend 60 days writing it, then of course you can't spend 60 days preparing for the launch. So this is the approximate range of time. So first of all, you've got to complete your keyword research and you got to choose your Amazon category. You want to create a book title and your book cover on the freelancing sites like Fiverr and Upwork and get feedback for them from your peers and maybe go through a couple of iterations of your cover. So give yourself about a day or two or three to go through. The designer has to do the work for the cover, then you have to go and get the feedback, then you go back to the designer. It will behoove you to have a fantastic cover that's very eye-catching and compelling because you want to catch people's eyes when they're browsing Amazon. It's going to have a big impact on your book's success, and it's worthwhile to spend an extra amount of time creating a super catchy title and amazing, compelling cover. Next, you also want to create a professional or at least semi-professional looking headshot and your author bio. The author bio is easy to write, but the headshot can be tricky to make into a really good one. Sometimes it's expensive to hire a professional photographer, so you've got to take a lot of pictures on maybe your phone and then give it to another photo editor to edit and make into really nice and get a lot of feedback on that as well, because sometimes if you're not used to taking professional headshots, little details about them can be off, and there's a lot of attention to detail into making them great. After that, what you really want to focus on is getting the word out before your book so that on the launch of your book, on that day when your book launches, you have to create a burst of sales so that in the chosen category of Amazon that you've chosen, you will shoot up through the ranks and become a bestseller in that category through your launch promotion. And a lot of activity like that, if you come out of the gate really strongly, what's going to happen is it's going to also help you to rank for the SEO keywords. So you see how because you have this launch opportunity, an extra promotion opportunity, you have a chance to give yourself really good SEO signals and rank for the keywords you've chosen. So that's why choosing the keywords before you launch is really important. And that's why the category is really important, because on day one or week one or maybe the first couple of weeks, if you do this right, you can become a bestseller and start ranking for your keywords. It can all come together and be really strong for you. Now let's talk a little bit about how to get publicity and your launch promotion strategies. Of course, it goes without saying that you have to tell your friends and family about the book and prep them so that on day one, they buy your book. That's not going to be enough. That's just a start. So you also want to start networking in different author online communities and offline communities, and also in your book topic niches as well in those communities, so that on the launch day, you can promote there and get people to reshare and actually buy the book themselves. You also want to allocate an ad budget so you can start running Amazon ads right away. You can start running social media ads. You can maybe even hire some influencers just to get you that extra burst from different sources. And you can also, in the 60 days before you launch, if you give yourself enough time, there's a website called radioguestlist.com where you can apply to get on podcasts or radio shows, and you can promote your book there. Especially it's effective if you have a book launch. You can promote your book launch there on those podcasts and radio shows. And lastly, this extra time that you have before launch is a pretty good time to start YouTubing, blogging, working on building up your email list, all those things, so that on the day of the launch, you can tell everyone, hey, here is my book, buy it. And all of these strategies will be the beginning of that burst of sales that you're going to get your book to shoot up through the rankings on Amazon, to generate sales, and to begin your journey to become a bestseller and rank for the relevant keywords.